Welcome everyone. My name is Shane Kipper. I'm with the Crypto Blend. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be taking a look at the project Theta Token, ticker symbol Theta. We're going to go into the details of what it is, the team, what you can expect for the future, and why I am so bullish on this project. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe to my page. Hit the little bell button in order to get notified for every coin review that I do. Also join us in the Crypto Blend where we post all of the updates, technical analysis, fundamentals, news, updates, anything you need to know as far as cryptocurrency. That'll be in the description below. Last but not least, this is not financial advice. You always want to do your own research. I will leave all of my my resources in the description below so that you can further your own education before investing in anything. Without further ado, let's get right into this, okay? Like I said, Theta Token sitting at 99th on coinmarketcap.com, down 5% almost on the 24-hour, sitting at 15 cents, almost 16 cents with a market cap of $100 million. 24-hour volume sitting at 10 million. Circulating supply, 638 million Theta tokens with a total supply of 1 billion tokens. Okay, so a lot of tokens, but considering what this project is, it is necessary for a large amount of tokens, and the fact that the actual circulation, the amount of circulation is almost the total supply. I do like that. Okay. So definitely, there's some money in this project, some attention as well. $10 million in a day, pretty good look. Sitting on Binance, OKEx, Huobi, Hotbit, Gate.io, IDEX. Okay, recently listed on Binance, so getting some good attention. If we look at the charts from a technical standpoint, not a bad buying entry. What they say is buy the dips. Okay, if you look back here at the time of inception, it's pretty close to the current price as far as US dollar volume or US dollar price. So, it hasn't really had a parabolic run. It hasn't had a huge run up. So you can kind of take that as you will. But when I'm looking into a project, I want to see that it's not, it hasn't done a recent 10x or 100x or whatever. So this definitely seems to me like a good entry point for myself. Like I said, always do your own research and invest based on your own research. All right, furthermore, guys, Theta Token is a decentralized peer-to-peer video streaming platform. On this platform, you will be incentivized, not only incentivizing the contributor, but the viewer and the advertiser. Okay, so if you were just a viewer, you could start earning Theta tokens by your engagement. Advertisers could use the Theta tokens in order to run campaigns, and the content contributors are actually a lot more incentivized to contribute to the network, whereas in use cases or in scenarios like YouTube, in a centralized factor, you've got the YouTube, the platform itself making all the money, and as soon as it trickles down, the content creator itself, the one that produces the content for the platform, is hardly making any money. So they're looking to solve that problem. But not only that, guys, is they have a demonstration right here. Definitely watch that and see how that works. But there's a caching node and a viewing node where, if you were to start a video, you would be creating this, essentially starting a node. And so with the excess bandwidth and the excess storage, you would be able to share that via the Theta token. So kind of a cool project on how it's saving big platforms. Like if YouTube were to integrate with Theta Token, it'd be saving millions of dollars on wasted bandwidth and storage by using this transfer system within the Theta network. Okay, so I want to jump over here to the facts. And something that I think you should do too is when you're doing your research on this project is go to the facts and the white paper, read through both of those, because that's going to give you all the details you need to know about this project mostly. Okay. But what is Theta? Theta is a blockchain and token that will be used to power a decentralized video streaming and delivery network. The Theta token functions as an incentive mechanism that encourages users to share their used memory and bandwidth, serving as video caching and relay nodes for the network. Theta will be an open source project that will be shared with industry and community participants. And our long-term vision is to have all video platforms participate in the network by building decentralized apps, on top of the Theta protocol. Applications such as TV, movies, esports, music, education, and enterprise conferencing can benefit from building on the Theta network. Currently, Theta is a ERC20 token built on the Ethereum blockchain. It goes on to talk about Sliver, okay, it's not Silver, I keep saying that, Sliver.tv. Sliver VR is the parenting company of Theta, so they have been in business for quite a while, building kind of their media platform, and then came out with Theta Token just recently, or the Theta Network at least. So we'll dive more into Sliver.tv and what they are and how they came about. Okay, but in just a couple days, June 30th or sooner is what they state, is they're going to be coming out with their test net, so kind of their beta, where they will be able to look at some of the bugs that could be coming out with the project, getting ready for the mainnet launch, which will be in Q4, no specified date. I mean, you know, they say December, but before that, so anytime. But they will be moving to their native token, their native blockchain, in Q4, which is really cool. They'll have their own blockchain where, you know, if someone like YouTube wanted to build a protocol on top of the Theta network, they could use the Theta network and just build their app right on top of Theta. Okay. So one other thing too, something neat. I mean, there are a lot of other projects out there as far as the entertainment industry within crypto, you know, like Tron or, you know, some others that you can incentivize, you can pay content creators with your Theta token. So if you enjoyed this video, you could pay me in Theta tokens. You could also pay me however you wanted. But that is a feature. Okay, Sliver.tv is a leading esports entertainment industry. They raised over 17 million in VC funding, including major corporations like Sony and Samsung VR. You know, we'll get into some of the big corporation partnerships and the advisory board, because those are the real, that's the real winners in my book on this project overall. Okay. This is the problems that they're solving: poor video streaming quality caused by the last mile problem, particularly in developing countries, high cost of video content delivery and content delivery networks, inefficient video ecosystem, and lack of transparency among advertisers, influencers, and users. So transparency is a big factor within this network that they're trying to solve. So talks about how they'll be used and what, like the use cases for advertisers, viewers, you know, your attention, if you wanted to run an advertising campaign, if you wanted to gift the tokens, or if you wanted to run a caching or relay node, you could do that and share your bandwidth in your storage. Talks about the differences as far as a decentralized standpoint, and using the blockchain instead of, you know, a centralized version of like Twitch or Twitter or YouTube or Spotify. You know, those are all streaming platforms that could essentially be built on top of the Theta network, which definitely gives me a lot of confidence in this project, especially some of the advisory boards. Like I said, we'll get into that, joining this program. But if they were to build on top of Theta network, it would just blow Theta up. Okay. Okay. So the consensus method that Theta token uses right now is proof of work, as it is an ERC20 token. But with the native blockchain, they will be moving to a proof of stake consensus mechanism. So staking your coins, and then eventually we'll be integrating a proof of engagement. So the proof of engagement, there's a whole kind of algorithm that they use on their white paper that you can dive into. I'm not going to get into that. But essentially it's, you know, for your engagement with the content, with the advertisements, and with the Theta network, you would be incentivized, or you would be validating within the network. Okay, so we'll go over the roadmap as well. I covered here recently in June 30th or sooner, they will be coming out with their test net. Okay, also when they come out with their testnet, they will be releasing their GitHub repository, so it will be open source for any developer that wants to build a D-app on top of the Theta network. Okay, Sliver VR Technologies, that is the parent company. It's wholly owned subsidiary of Theta Labs. Okay, Theta Labs is governed by the board of directors at Sliver.tv and consists of founders Mitch Liu and Jui Long and Dovi Wan. Sorry, I'm fucking up these guys' names. But leading esports media investors, including Don Howell Capital, DCM, Sierra Advanced, Creative Artists Agency, and so on and so forth. The two major ones that I'm sure you are recognizing are Samsung and Sony. So some really big players, especially in the entertainment industry, are some early adopters of the Theta network. Some strategic partners, okay, it goes on to talk about Samsung VR. Samsung VR is one of the largest emerging 360 VR experiences coming out, as well as a partnership with Aelf. So AELF, ticker symbol ELF. Aelf is a decentralized cloud storage or cloud computing blockchain software. So definitely a good partnership to have, especially with their goal of having a shared bandwidth and storage. And Aelf is definitely a successful project so far. So something to keep your eye on with that partnership, those two partnerships, and anyone else that comes on as a partner. Okay, the advisory board. This is what you're gonna like, or at least I like. Okay, Justin Kahn, co-founder of Twitch, big media platforms, live streaming platform. Stephen Chen is the co-founder of YouTube. He's on the advisory board. So, you know, you want projects like YouTube to build on your blockchain, especially if for what Theta Token is. Okay, you got Fan Zhang, Sequoia Capital of China, Ma Haobo. I'm sorry about the names, but CEO of Aelf. Okay, and then there was Sebastian Serrano, and he is the founder of Ripio Network. It's a credit lending or a global lending network on the blockchain. So definitely another good one, Ripio, another good project. I've covered that one. You can find that in the Discord. Okay, then the team, the CEO, Mitch Liu, you know, leading sports entertainment platform, Sliver.tv, you know, along his co-founder, Mr. Long, they currently hold 2 patents and 2 additional pending patents for virtual reality 360 video streaming and new algorithms for generating highly effective live spherical video streams. Okay, you know, he had the Tapfish mobile game with 100 million downloads, leading Japanese mobile gaming company. He brought it up within 6 months of launch, which is huge. You know, in 2007, a pioneer of rewarded social and mobile video advertising and grew the company to $100 million in revenue. So big leader in this industry. You know, it goes over the background of Mr. Long. Not as extensive, but you know, this is another good one, Ryan Nichols. He leads the company's esports entertainment platform built around one of the largest esports virtual economies with 1 billion plus virtual tokens circulated within 2 months of launch. Leading previous startups, he designed and launched virtual currency systems for a variety of multiplayer games, including a cross-game virtual currency API used by hundreds of third-party game developers and tens of millions of players worldwide. So, and talks about WeChat and Tencent and how he was part of that. But with that being said, I mean, if you look at the leader and bringing it to $100 million in revenue in 6 months, and you've got another player that's bringing tens of millions of people worldwide on a system that's already being used. If you put that on top of the Theta network, I don't see how you wouldn't have a successful project. You've already got a working project that you would just be integrating onto the Theta network. And so other projects just like that could be integrated with the Theta network. So definitely major project to keep your eye on. Goes into the background of Sliver.tv, okay, and how they got 17 million in VC funding. But those are from people in Silicon Valley. You've got people like the co-founder of Twitch and YouTube contributing to that. They had over 5 million unique views in March. So they're continuing to increase their outreach. That's for Sliver.tv. Okay, but when Sliver.tv joins the Theta network, you are integrating millions of people onto the network instantly. But that will happen once the native token comes out in Q4. So we got about 6 months or less until that happens. Okay, they talk about scalability, so they're going to need a lot of computation power, a lot of transaction power in order to run this, and so they go over how that actually works through micropayment pools. Take a moment to go through that yourself, and then a visual of how the actual Theta protocol works. Proof of engagement, like I said, you can dive deeper into that. I don't want to get too hairy with this right now. The vision, live streaming accounts for over two-thirds of all internet traffic today. Live streaming, okay? So that's the majority of the streaming on the internet today. And is expected to jump to 82% by 2020, according to Cisco's June 2016 Visual Network Index report. In the US, millennials between the age of 18 and 34 are driving the growth of video streams and are heavy users of services like Instagram, Spotify, and Snapchat. Streaming video among this group has jumped 256% from an average of 1.6 hours per week to 5.7 hours per week, according to SSR's Media and Technology Survey. Okay, and is expected to grow 44%, leading charge in video consumption, growing 44% in 2015 and 35% in 2016. Okay, so just imagine if we had some big players like this: Lively, Twitch, Google, YouTube, Facebook. They have to adapt, or they will no longer exist, especially with the technologies that are coming out today. Here's a visual representation of the global growth of traffic. There is for virtual reality. So virtual reality is really going to be a major player in our lives. There's kind of one of those things, like, I don't know what you believe, but that we live in a virtual reality already. Elon Musk talked about it and how it's a 99% chance that we are in a virtual reality, but we are about to go into another evolution of virtual reality. And so it's really going to shape our lives, I believe. So players that are leading in this industry are going to pretty much control the industry, especially getting in early. They go over the challenges and the different megabits per video. Like we use 1080p, most of us, and then they've got higher grade HD. Okay, their traffic, the opportunity that they see. Like I said, I think the opportunity is massive with this project. Okay, so one thing, I'll go back to the website. Here in the bottom, they cover the problem. Okay, right here. So Low quality video streaming. Today's content delivery networks lack reach, causing pauses, skips, and lower quality video to many parts of the world. High cost of streaming infrastructure. Publishers absorb the high cost of operating a CDN, leaving less revenue to pass on to content creators. 3, centralized and inefficient ecosystem. The centralized nature means less revenue flows back to content creators and results in less innovation. So you got your content creator, me. I send it to YouTube, and then it goes to the centralized CDN, which is whatever is above YouTube that processes it. Actually, sorry, that's in between YouTube. And then it goes to the viewer. So the only one that is really incentivized is the actual platform, YouTube. So with the solution, it goes straight to the viewer. And the viewers right here are accruing more Theta tokens just by their engagement. Decentralized video streaming powered by users and innovative new blockchain. Viewers earn rewards as Theta tokens for sharing bandwidth and resources. A viewer can now earn Theta tokens as a direct reward and share it back to the creators. High quality, smooth video streaming. A peer-to-peer decentralized CDN delivers streams efficiently throughout the world. Reduced cost of delivery video streams. Publishers and content creators no longer need to develop expensive infrastructure, allowing for more innovation and unique business models. So they're talking about, if, you know, big players like YouTube and Twitch were to create a protocol on top of the Theta network, they could be more innovative instead of worrying about the underlying problems that Theta token has already solved or is solving. Okay, here is, I'll just go to the roadmap here because the roadmap on their Medium gets a little hairy. Okay, so right here, you know, they had the Theta private sale completed, token issued, full integration on sliver.tv. That was Q1. Q4 is the native blockchain launch and protocol tokens. But right there, they didn't list the testnet. But the testnet right here, Q2, public interactive demo, community users simulate how peer nodes and Theta protocol cache and relay streams, blockchain explorer functionality, browse history, transaction history, users addresses. More on the testnet deployment and a wallet launch. Okay. And then they've got a list of how they got their figures. Okay, take a look at the community. They're sitting at 49.2 thousand followers on Twitter. I always like to look at the following community. 13,000 followers on their Telegram. So definitely a large supporting community. I tweeted last night and have gotten some good feedback from it already. It was almost instantaneous, and I can usually tell. And that's why I like tweeting first before I make my videos. I can send a tweet with the hashtags and all that. And depending on the response I get, I can pretty much tell what kind of community is surrounding it. So one of the other ones was Pivx and PundyX. So, you know, some of the communities are very active. Right here, CoinMarketCal, this is a good resource. So coinmarketcal.com, you can find your favorite token and see what's coming up. Okay, June 30th or earlier is the Block Explorer, excuse me, and the testnet PLC demo, and then September the peer-to-peer mesh streaming, wallet clients, and then the mainnet December 31st or sooner. So I'm sure that will get updated as you know, they move forward with this project. But I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm really impressed with this project, especially with the advisory board and the participants as far as Sony and Samsung VR. You know, definitely got some backing. You've got a project Aelf that has a cooperation with the Theta network, YouTube, Twitch, you know, and it's only a matter of time when they launch their actual mainnet that they're going to blow up. So I think right now, until then, it's more about the awareness and getting people to actually start looking into the project. But once that mainnet launches, I mean, I see easy 10x, if not a 20x over the next 2 years. Not any financial advice, and I could see it doing more than that, but not any financial advice. Always do your own research. That's based on opinion and just what I've read and looked into. So other than that, guys, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, make sure to like this video, smash it up, smash up the likes, help me out here. I've appreciated your time, your attention, your engagement. Make sure to like and subscribe to my page. Hit the little bell notification to get notified when I come out with my next review. Join us in the Discord channel. I'll leave a link and all the links to the resources I've found for this project so you can do your own research. But join us in the Discord channel. Say hello. I can't wait to see you in there. Other than that, guys, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace out.